Hello Commanders, and welcome to another episode. Today we're going to do Audition, which requires that we find research equipment. It doesn't matter where you find the research equipment, so pretty much any zone will do. I like to do this type of quest in a Rescue the Survivors, because I can run around, rescue 6 survivors, and then use the rest of the time trying to fulfill the quest. There are a lot of different ways you can do it, but Rescue the Survivors is timed to be short. If I do an Atlas or a Ride the Lightning, which are two popular ones to do quests in, I tend to take too long because I run around and do all the quest things and then I overbuild and it ends up being an hour, whereas this could be done in 15 minutes. Alright, so we'll run around, rescue survivors, and find the equipment. The equipment is just big crates that are specially marked. And the big reward for this is getting Lars gives you research, and survivors plus research is what determines your power level. So after this quest, every day we can log in and spend some research points, which will up our fort stats, which is what calculates our power level. It's a complex system. All you need to know is spend all the research points you can, get your research up as far as you can, and it takes about, it takes months. I was going to say about 6 months. It's a little less than that. But it takes months of every day logging in and spending those research points in order to get max on research. There is a maximum, and you will reach it eventually if you keep going. So as usual, the research equipment will show up as yellow exclamation points on the map. I like to rescue all the survivors even if I see a yellow exclamation point, unless it's right in my way. I like to rescue the survivors first so that that's done and I don't have to worry about failing the mission. Don't fall off that. Nah, it's a good way to die. And if you leave and have to respawn by the time you get back, it's likely the survivor will be killed by the husks. I know better than this. Let me just shoot it. No. Nope, I didn't shoot him quick enough. Now he's on somebody else. Time to start shooting shielders instead of husks. And we can get the husk. Oh, hey, shielder day. There we go. One down. And she says, thank you, you're my hero.
Keep up the good work.
Alright. Check that out. Okay, if you look, there is a chest. There are the guards there and up there. So we'll take out the top one. Bottom ones will run around the corner and become easy targets. Oh, there's movement up top. Oh, beehive. I hate beehives. They're not the ones I hate the most. There. Now we get beehive. We can leave those alone. They're snoozing up there. Probably won't wake up when we open the chest. So that's a good bonus. We'll get a chest. And then we run off on our way. I really try to stay on target for these because the more time I spend messing around before I rescue the survivors, the less time I have to do whatever quest I'm working on. Around the outside of the map, usually there are 6 just on the outside of the map. Every once in a while you'll have to go into the city to find the 6th. But we're just going to run around the outside edge. And every person we see, we'll go investigate. Checking out weapons here. Rustler is a good shotgun. I like to run with an AR shotgun and an explosive. I'm going to run with a sniper a shotgun explosive. Don't have a great AR right now, and the Stinger is pretty much an AR with extra range. It won't fire full auto, but that's okay. Its semi-auto runs pretty fast. Okay, so we do have an exclamation point here, and as long as we're right here, oh, it's battle breakers. Yeah. Oh, there's a person behind us. Gotta love the rustling. While getting that was a good idea, leaving a survivor that long probably isn't. When you see them, you should probably go for them right away. Ones on a car are going to be okay for a second while you go do something like get a fragment, but ones by their tent are pretty susceptible to just getting beat up bad. Because they have no defense. The car kind of gives you a little bit of time. And you have to fight more husks when you're a cop. But it also means you have a second to get to them. This metal team leader. Alright, so we're just over 5 minutes in, and we've only got 2, so it's time to step up the game a bit. With metal team leader, I will probably early on run AR, SMG, and explosive weapon, because Papa Bear is a good SMG, and the best shotguns won't be available for a while. Relatively quickly, we'll get a lot more schematics. But as you can see, our options right now are pretty limited. I'm sorry, that's a Predator, not a Stinger. But Predator is just the same weapon, a little bit more advanced. We do have melee items? Well, not really. We could use one in place of the sniper. I guess. We'll go shotgun. It's close up. Oh, here. And this is why you want a good melee weapon. Even if you're not a melee character. I mean, that was quick compared to what happens with a gun. The easiest way to take care of those trolls is to throw up a turret. It'll shoot them the moment they pop their head up. Okay, you see the yellow exclamation point on the minimap? We'll go check that out.
Let's keep an eye out for
Hopefully
anything
we'll
Lars might
find,
need for
see there's the equipment. Hopefully we'll find some, yes, survivor in danger, there we go. So now we have a survivor,
Yep, need that.
if we can save
Tell me
them.
about this lab, Lars.
Well, your weather balloons are perfect for the short-term forecast. But I was thinking I'd dip my toe into the old advanced storm recon / R&D pod.
Ooh, nice. Amazing. Another one.
Alright, halfway there, and we have one set of research equipment. Not bad. And more shielder data. Ooh. So grab all the fragments you can. They reduce the cooldown time on Teddy, for one. There's another trick. If you hit a propane husky with something that does knockback. Before they throw, you'll knock them back. That didn't happen that time. The RPG hit right after it threw, and it blew the propane can up in the air. But you can actually knock them down and make them drop their propane for a second. Melee weapons are good, but that have knockback are good for that. Problem is, every once in a while it'll set the propane off. It's like you hit it, even if you weren't aiming for it, and then you get hurt. Okay, there's the heavy attack for the sword. And it's pretty good. So these aren't bottom level husks. They're PL5. And this is a common sword, and it's chopping through them pretty good. I think it's PL1. But it's a combination of your power level, your hero's power level, and the weapon. So, between the three. It's usually better just when you're using a weaker melee weapon than your target. You take the time to grab this. When you're using a weaker melee weapon against something like a husky, it's usually better just to heavy attack and get it over with. If you can kill them quickly, you win. Even if you don't kill them, you'll do a lot of damage, and most melee weapons have a decent knockback or stun effect. So we need 2 more survivors, and if we want to do this in one quest, or one mission, we're going to need 4 more research crates. That's quite a bit, but we'll see what we can do. Don't get too frustrated if you can't do this all in one run. If you get 3 of them, just like the other ones, you can get the other 2 in the next run. The reason I say don't get too frustrated is because, remember, a lot of it is RNG. Oh, there's the tent. This is where survivors hang out on the ground. There we go, 5 out of 6. 1 more and we're set. So, on RVs, on cars that are standing in odd locations, by a tent, sometimes a survivor will just be knocked and you have to summon a medbot. I don't think we've seen any yet on this account, but we'll get there. Okay, seeing 3 exclamation points. Let's see there, the sword broke, so now we're using a hammer. And check out that knockback. That was just a regular attack's knockback. That was quite the hit there. The heavy attack does the same thing, but does it in one swing. And sometimes they get stuck, kind of permanently dazed. Alright. So I'm just going to run toward the 3 exclamation points. There's number 6. Excellent. So we are going to be able to finish quest and mission. We'll let Teddy do some work, but check out this hammer. It just plows through. It's slow, but if you hit something with it, they get knocked around. And hey, while they're recovering, they're not attacking, which is all good news. Teddy's gone. I saw more shielded data there. I'll have to remember to grab that on the way out. It'll show up as a yellow exclamation point too, because it's a quest item. so the other 2 exclamation points, if we can get to them in 6 minutes, which we darn well better be able to, then we'll have completed this one. Yes, I did just run into a parking meter and get stopped by it. Don't laugh too hard. It'll happen to you. I like to look downstairs first. And there we go. Alright.
So, what were you researching before the storm?
I need 2 more.
Convenient.
Well, there were 4 of us working together. I studied unique storm formations. My buddy Carlos was a star stalker. My man Sid was into dirt stuff, and Anthony was a chemist. When he wasn't off causing trouble.
So Carlos, Sid, Anthony, and Lars.
You're just now putting it together? I'm wearing the shirt, little robot.
You were in Steel Wool?
Yeah, depends on how you feel about building a state-of-the-art lab for a musician.
Straight up, I will build you too. You want to? I'll push pause on Operation Hospital.
Just one
There we go. Now we can do whatever we want for the rest of the mission. We do still have some eliminations for a daily. We can do that. We can run around and
So,
farm.
are we building a research facility / recording studio for Steel Wool?
Unless you know something I don't, I'm afraid it's just me.
Oh.
But maybe if we keep up the fight, we'll all find our friends.
The intro music to my tutorial videos is from the Steel Wool soundtrack. You get a chance to get that.
Survivor in danger.
We could save another survivor. You get a chance to pick up the Steel Wool soundtrack in Canny Valley. So it's Stonewood, Plankerton, and then Canny. And you can get the sweet, sweet tunes of Steel Wool. You also get all of them but Lars as heroes.
No one's gonna believe this.
Alright. 1 extra survivor save.
Aw, you make it.
Which doesn't hurt. Remember, we have a challenge for... Okay, so eventually you'll have to go to the bathroom during a mission. That's what that was, so I just cut it off. I didn't do anything, right? We had all the goals done, so I skipped ahead to the victory screen. If you have to go to the bathroom, do just what I did. Find a place to hole up, build some walls, and hope you don't get beat up too bad. Okay, so by gaining a level, we have more resistance, which is good, because that's support, which calculates your PL. Resistance is shields. And level 3 loot. So it wasn't too bad. If the RNG is nice to you, RNG being random number generation, if the RNG is nice to you, you will be able to do this in one mission. I found 5 crates in a single mission and had time to collect them. Sometimes the RNG isn't that nice, and well, what can you do? Then you do more missions to get it done. Okay, we got Survivor XP, makes sense. 44 gold, 12 quartz, nice.
Well, that's everything I need.
Not Steel Wool, but welcome to our band of
Now
survivors.
notice this is a gun. It's got the green bar, which means it's not the schematic, it's the gun. And some tickets. I'm most importantly, we got Lars. And we'll go a little bit longer here to see what we do with Lars.
You may be wondering why I summoned
So
the
if we
top
go
two builders
into
home base.
research, see it just added it to the menu.
The ultimate building upgrade. And the best builder gets to try it out first.
If we go in here,
That's Penny. Yeah, all the way.
we can spend research
But
points
it's you. You deserve
to
it.
increase fortitude, which is health, offense, which is attack bonuses, resistance, which is shield, or tech, which is ability and trap damage. So you see offense does weapon damage, shield and shield regeneration for resistance, and trap damage, healing rate, and ability damage. I like to do tech first. It's totally up to you, because honestly, you're going to want to keep these pretty close together. Early on, I do one of each, and then cycle again and do one of each. When you get up to higher levels and they're not changing as much, then I do 10 of each. I'll do 10 tech, 10 resistance, 10 offense, 10 fortitude, and then cycle back to tech. The big bonuses are at levels divided by 10. So at 10, 20, 30, 40, you'll get a huge bump in your power level from leveling these up. As you can see, we just spent points on tech, and it's still weak. Resistance we just earned from leveling up. We got a resistance bonus, that's why it's a little higher. And I'm going to call it that. I'd like to thank you for watching. Wait for the end screen here, there we go. And please like and subscribe. Hope you got something out of it. Mr. Mean Raindrop, gone.